This week in Naruto was actually pretty as convenient as we kind of saw last week, with Naruto gaining the abilities of Indra and everybody so far throughout the case of history, or every great rivalry kind of dates back to the Indra and the, I think it was Ashura battle. That thing has been going on for so long now. And the funniest thing, though, is the fact that it has been the exact same battle throughout history, and honestly, nobody really has tried to do anything to really stop it. And it's always the same two guys just dealing with like the same problems of somebody going off and going crazy for power or some other thing. And honestly, that's what this episode or this chapter is. Essentially, it's just talking about talking about things in which that we kind of already knew. And and at the end, it goes back to Guy's battle, and honestly, him and honestly him doing a little bit more of his 8-gate abilities. However, the more interesting thing is the fact that Madara isn't as strong as he used to be anymore, or honestly, as when we first saw him before he gained the Sage 6-Pass power. It was something of like that he was stronger, but as this episode or this chapter kind of tells us, is that he's getting weaker by a huge margin, in which that he has to go through all these steps just to regain his power again. Which that is a bit elaborate. However, as this chapter goes on, I kind of just it's not one of the hyper chapters in this thing. And also, it felt like that it kind of retconned things from the earlier season of them saying that the Sharingan was something that came from the Byakugan. But as this goes on, it's like the strongest people in history have always been people with Sharingans. And also, I do kind of have to say this, though, is that, like, I am actually kind of happy that they do kind of bring back, or at least, like, they at least mention the Byakugan again. But, honestly, the abilities of mixing that and a Sharingan really aren't anywhere up there, especially since that it's an ability, or at least, like, it's supposed to be one of the greater abilities, because if that's the case, then... Or, honestly, with how this is set up, with both of the sons having the Biju mode and the other one having pretty much a Super Sharingan mode, then wouldn't the people with the Byakugan, wouldn't they necessarily be the strongest people in this series, especially since that the mother of Goro pretty much had she had the Byakugan and a Sharingan. And honestly, you would kind of look at that and say, like, wouldn't people of the Byakugan, people such as Neji and also Hinata and people of the Hyuga line, wouldn't they also have something of this nature? But honestly, they really kind of would delve into that and just say that it's a fearsome eye. However, it is pretty nice that they finally ended this off with both of them gaining their powers. However, I still say that Naruto is a bit wishful with him saying that Sasuke is one of his better friends, because I kind of already know that no matter who you are, if your friend honestly tried to have you killed, I doubt you will be calling him a friend, you know, like 3 years down the road. Or honestly, however, I kind of assume that if you ever saw him again, you would fuck him up on sight. But that's just how this show is. Suspension of disbelief, going that way. But as far as what this chapter was, it's leading into the possible battle for Naruto and Sasuke at the end of this entire thing, even though every enemy in history has, or at least like every time we have this battle in history, we already know who's going to win. It's always going to be the person with the Biju abilities. So really, this fight kind of shot itself in the foot, with them giving us this massive history lesson of saying, like, yeah, man, we are basically setting everything up so that Naruto and Sasuke can fight, but yet we know how this is going all the way through history. So it seems a bit pointless, and it's not all that hype to me. It's just, well, we know the outcome, and people have been asking for it for years. But hey, this is the outcome, even though they kind of already saw the reason why Sasuke won originally. But whatever. That's what I gotta say about that. What do you guys think about this chapter? Please tell me down there in the comment section. I'll catch you on the next John Graves show. So please keep watching anime, keep playing video games. Oh, also, guys, super ultimate technique, the Midnight Moth. They just keep changing that goddamn name, huh? So yeah, I'm out. I'll catch you next time.